Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to another watch along. Today we are doing Manchester City versus Aston Villa. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. And about time we did another watch along. It's been a while. I think my last watch along might have been AFCON. No, it was actually Arsenal Porto. And then it was AFCON. So the watch alongs, I can't really do many streams because of StreamYard. But it is what it is. When we get the money that we want, um, I'll start paying for StreamYard and I can develop my setup. I can also get a microphone and we'll move up in the world. But for now, we're going to start off as a rookie. And yeah, we're doing Man City, Aston Villa. Watch along. Arsenal scored against Luton. I think they're winning 1-0. I saw the goal and then turned it over to Brighton Brentford, which I have on my TV right now. Excuse me. And then I'm going to switch it to obviously the City game. At 8:15, which is the kickoff. Let me read out the lineups. Manchester City are starting with Ortega in goal. Bit of a controversial lineup, and we'll come to that. Rico Lewis, Ruben Diaz, Manuel Kanji, and Gavardio. Imagining that Ake is injured from the Arsenal game. Rodri and Bernardo Silva in midfield. Jeremy Doku, Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, and Julian Alvarez starting. So that means Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland are both on the bench. And I'm assuming they've been dropped not only just because of performance, but because of workload as well. And Pep is like, okay, this title could actually slip away from us. We need to be serious. Or Ivan Toney's through for Brentford. Oh, he's completely scuffed it. He should have gone down. Ivan Toney should have gone down there because he was getting pulled by Van Heck. He messed that up there. But yeah, Aston Villa lineup. They've got Olsen in goal. Martinez apparently got ill. Or apparently is ill, so I don't know whether they have a goalkeeper on the bench. They do. Ezri Konsa, Diego Carlos, Clement Longley, and Luca Digne in the back four. Morgan Rogers, Douglas Luiz, Tim Arobanam, Zaniolo, Diaby, and Duran. Now this, my friends, these lineups look like a Carabao Cup game. That's exactly what they look like. Like, if you looked at these lineups, you'd be thinking, yeah, sounds like a Carabao Cup game. Obviously, Jack Grealish played against his former club, moved there nearly 3 years ago now. You'd hope that, from my perspective, obviously, I don't want Arsenal to win the league, so I'd love City and Liverpool just to get their jobs done. And you'd hope City would, beat Villa at home. Obviously, Villa beat Manchester City at their ground at Villa Park 1-0, and they beat them and Arsenal back-to-back at their grounds. But I see City winning this because they don't lose with Rodri, they don't lose at home, and Aston Villa's defence isn't as good as Arsenal's. The league is slowly slipping away from Manchester City. I do have to say that it is slowly slipping away, which is mad to say for April, but you can see with their squad, this is probably the worst Pep Guardiola Manchester City side since his first season when he was settling in and he had like Joe Hart and all these people. Now this is probably the worst side because they're missing goals from midfield, like people like Gundogan. I'm happy that he's putting Doku on the right and Jack Grealish on the left. Doku, this is his first season, so I'm not going to get into him like that. Pause, but he's not got any end product. But we'll have to see if he molds into a City player like most players do. Because even for someone like Rodri, it took like 2 seasons. I didn't even like Rodri first 2 seasons, and then now he's become probably the best current defensive midfielder in the world. Jack Grealish, obviously against his former club, he actually did no one really did anything for City on the weekend apart from Bernardo Silva. Even he should have probably let off a few more shots. But Grealish, at least when Grealish came on, he could actually retain the ball somewhat. So there was that as well. But Grealish will obviously be motivated for this one because against a former club, but motivated because he hasn't really been able to settle in this season. He was actually a big part of their treble winning thing. In my opinion, he did well against the likes of Bayern Munich and Real Madrid at home, etc. And when they had John Stones in midfield, like coming from defence to midfield, Akanji at right back, Ake left back, Diaz in the back four, and Bernardo Silva and Grealish playing as wide players, they just kept the ball. They played really well. They were resolute defensively. They did their job. Now, City have yet to really click. Now, they haven't lost in a while, don't get me wrong, but rarely any of the teams competing for a title have lost, and City have drawn a lot, especially against the big six teams. They haven't beaten a big six team apart from Man United, but they have a chance to beat Aston Villa at home, who are in the top six right now. And Aston Villa will be happy that West Ham drew with Tottenham, and Tottenham drop points in the top four race as well. Obviously, no Ollie Watkins as well for Aston Villa. John Duran is playing. He's very erratic, very, very erratic. I'm pretty sure this is his first season. He might have joined in January, actually, last year. 2023 January, because Danny Ings left, and I'm pretty sure he joined in that window. But he's never going to really do anything at Aston Villa. The reason why is because Ollie Watkins is the main striker. He's going to eventually get frustrated and want to move on to a club maybe lesser, like lower down the league to Aston Villa or to another league. And we'll never get to see him because he doesn't really go on a run of games because of Ollie Watkins. And they can still get running behind though because of Moussa Diaby. Leon Bailey's on the bench. I don't know whether I would have benched Leon Bailey, but I'm not the manager of Aston Villa. They've got Pau Torres on the bench, which is interesting because I think he's way better than Clement Longley. And Yuri Tielemans has been benched for the Ira Burnham guy in midfield who was on loan at QPR last season. And Zaniolo has been here and there. Morgan Rogers has not really played much since he joined in January. Good player, though. Good player from the Championship. This Brentford-Brighton game, nothing's happened from when I've turned it on. Will be interesting to see if Villa continues to play their high line away at the Etihad, or it would be interesting to see whether they sit deep, because sometimes Unai Emery can do that. Sometimes he can do that. I'm just going to test, guys, whether the audio is okay. Whether the audio is okay, just give me 1 sec. Okay, yeah, the audio is fine. I have to do that sometimes. I have to click onto my personal YouTube just to check if the audio is fine. Obviously, the audio is not going to be completely clear because I'm wearing headphones. I'm not got a mic, but at the same time, we will get a mic eventually, and we will do better things, you know. But just to check, there's echo cancellation on my mic, so I don't know whether that affects the audio, but we will see. We will see, guys. We will see. It should be a good game. I actually think the Wednesday fixtures were probably the worst fixtures. I didn't get to watch any of the games yesterday because I was at the West Ham game. The West Ham Tottenham aftermath will come out tomorrow, and then Thursday. Yeah, that'll come out Thursday. So tomorrow's Thursday, and then Friday the Wolves preview. And yeah, then normal schedule. We're back obviously after the dreaded international break before that dreaded Newcastle game. And yeah, we will see about everything else. But for now, normal schedule. I could try and get more guests on this channel eventually. I think we'll get there one day, but nah. Pep Guardiola's come out with a quote saying in 2.5 days at 12:30 we have another game. So that's probably why he's dropped some players. But of all the teams to drop your players in against Aston Villa, it makes me feel like he's dropped them because of form, but not because of resting them. We will see what happens in this Manchester City Aston Villa game. 4 minutes left. I'm still watching the Brighton game. We're going to switch it now. Let me just switch it. TNT Sports 1. Should be fine. Should not be laggy. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, though, because I get to watch the darts and the Chelsea Man United game on both screens. That's why I'm not doing a watch-along. I'm also doing a watch-along for this because I don't like hearing TNT Sports commentary, and I haven't done a watch-along in a while. I'm not a particular fan of, hearing Robbie Savage or Lucy Ward or Glenn Hoddle any of these commentators on TNT, to be completely honest with you. And that's because they're either boring, dry analysis, biased, or just talking rubbish. Talking rubbish. You'd like to think City would eventually want to make a statement. I think Villa are going to probably not be as good playing out from the back because they've got Olsen in goal, not Martinez. I don't think Villa fans are that fond of Olsen. They've got Joleon Lescott on TNT Sports. Obviously, Villa fans don't particularly like Joleon Lescott. He's obviously there for the Man City rep, but they're obviously just filling him in as, he played for both teams. So they don't actually want to get someone who actually played for Aston Villa. Then again, even that, well, they would have got Joe Cole, who barely played for Aston Villa. Yeah, players are coming out now. I think Rico Lewis will have a good game because I thought he actually had an all right game against Arsenal compared to the other City players. To be honest, you made it not with that City Arsenal game. It was boring. It was boring. But credit to both teams for defending. I thought Arsenal were actually better than Man City on the day in terms of the overall package. But I think both teams probably could have got a win. It was a better result for Arsenal. But Man City obviously want to bounce back. You know, that typical PR phrase. I'm sorry if there's a green glare coming from my glasses. Obviously, watching the TV. I think everyone knows that. But obviously, I have to wear glasses. Obviously, I can't see. Ortega and go, I wonder when Edison is back. Apparently, he's not back anytime soon. I think I saw a quote from Guardiola the other day that Edison's not going to be back anytime soon. Maybe this would have been a game for Mateus Nunes. Phil Foden in the middle. He'll benefit more off that. The thing is, they've got a lot of players that just play better in the middle, like even Grealish. He would never play in the middle for Manchester City, but I think he was originally signed because they thought Bernardo Silva was going. And now they're probably going to sign Paquetá in the summer, aren't they? I hope we don't become that selling club, you know. I hope we don't become that where we have to sell a big player every year, you know, like Brighton. I want to actually try and build something, but eventually they're going to have to go. They're going to have to go because we might not meet their ambitions, but I don't want to still become that selling club where, you know, we sold Declan Rice last year. Obviously, there was rumours of Paquetá going anyway, and that bans that betting things that kind of saved us. Otherwise, it was pretty much off, and I'm pretty sure we would have just signed Kudus, and it would have looked like a Paquetá replacement anyway. And we wouldn't have signed someone else, even though we had 85 million. Probably wouldn't have done anything in January, and probably would have battled for relegation again. Because you see the record without Paquetá. With Paquetá, we've lost one game with him. Well, not one game with him, but or is it one game with him? I'm not sure. I think the Newcastle game was his first loss on the pitch. But we've lost so many games without him. Especially this manager has no plan B anyway, and we know that. So, but like I don't imagine Kudus is going anywhere. And the thing is, I've always said this: if it's not Man City coming in for Paquetá, then I don't think anyone else is coming in because there's not any strong interest. And if they sell to Arsenal again, they've made a massive mistake. And it will piss me off for sure. It would definitely piss me off. But yeah, I guess that's not the point, is it? But also, I think no one is coming in for Kudus unless they offer like massive money. Like we've already set a template down for how we sell players with Declan Rice and stuff with 100 million and all that, and Arsenal paid 100 million, so we're probably going to have to charge around the same amount if we want to keep our players. Obviously, there was rumours of trying to tie Paquetá down to a new contract, but whatever. City game has started. We just kicked off. City Villa just kicked off. Aston Villa kick off the first half. But yeah, as I said, I don't particularly want to become a selling club, but are most teams a selling club outside the big six? Let's hopefully we can build. City trying to set a precedent by just pressing aggressively. Zaniolo on the left, Rogers alongside Duran and Diaby on the right. Zaniolo is taken on a Kanji, and Kanji blocks Villa corner. Fair enough. Fair enough. It might benefit City that people like Walker, De Bruyne, Haaland are out right now just because they're the bigger players that haven't really been performing. Haaland is still the top goal scorer in the league, but still not really performing. Like he was actually performing like better last season. Like not his general play. His general play has always been like a bit shocking, but he was just better last season. And the Man City were better last season. They're missing someone like Gundogan. They didn't really replace him. Kovacic is a good player, but it's not Gundogan. Yeah, that corner doesn't really go anywhere. There's this like new trend of like seeing set piece coaches as soon as a team gets a set piece. Yeah, man. Thank you for commenting. Yeah, I will try and be live more. But obviously there's a StreamYard limit. I will have a watch along for the double watch along for City and Arsenal playing in the Champions League. I'm pretty sure they're playing on the same day. And if I can, I will have it for both legs and maybe the other Champions League game. Oh, Alvarez signed that. But yeah, I'll have watch alongs for hopefully all the Champions League games. So yeah, I'm trying to go live more. But yeah, again, thank you for the comment. Well, once we get the money up, we'll pay for StreamYard. We can stream when we want and all of that. I know there's a trick that I'm not been able to do yet, but I will figure it out. I will try and get as many live streams as possible because I think that's what's really kicked off the channel this year is the streaming in 2024. And I've always said that I need to stream. So it's a bit open right now with the game. Rico Lewis is going in inverted into midfield. Arsenal scored again. Even then, to be fair, the uploads aren't taking a toll on me. Like even when we reach 500, and when we get more access to StreamYard, I'll be uploading more. It's just I just upload around a schedule when I can from like work and stuff. I would just carry on uploading. Compared to most creators in this space, I don't really upload that much. But I appreciate it regardless, man. But I enjoy it, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. We're only getting started this year, man. We're only getting started. But yeah, if you're watching this on playback or you come across this live, make sure to like the video, subscribe. Obviously, 500 subs, as Wolf Central Gaming commented, 500 subs is the goal. And yeah, we're nearly on 250. So let's reach it, man. Let's reach it. And hopefully you enjoy these videos. I'll get a new mic soon. I'll get more equipment once I get the money, and we'll keep investing into the channel. All the money that I earn in my life will go back into this channel. And obviously, life stuff. I just don't see Villa getting anything out of it as good as Villa are. I don't think many Villa fans are, looking forward to Etihad and going to Man City away. Who do you want to win? Yeah, I don't want Arsenal to win the league either. I want City to win. I've never had anything against City. City and West Ham have always been cool. I've never had anything against Liverpool. I get their fans are quite annoying sometimes, are completely understandable, and they do make everything about them sometimes. But yeah, I just don't want Arsenal fans to be happy ever. So yeah, Man City or Liverpool winning the league. I could actually probably, if you ask me today though, I'd probably say Liverpool are winning the league. Like I can't see them losing a game. I don't think they've got apart from Man United, I don't see them dropping any more points. Maybe Arsenal will drop points with Man United and Tottenham away, and with Man City they might just get like one of them weird draws. They don't seem like they're the same Man City in terms of where they hit at the business end of the season, but they're still Man City at the end of the day. They've still got the quality. But yeah, legit, bro. Like I just don't want Arsenal to win the league. I've never I've had the pleasure of like being brought up in the Arsenal Banter era, the Arsenal top four era, the Wenger era, and then when they got eighth twice and stuff, and the whole Emery meltdown and stuff like that, when AFTV was going viral, like the Bayern Munich aways and all that. Like that was fine for me. Like them getting top four, them getting Champions League football is fine because I've seen it before. But them winning stuff, I don't want to see them lifting any more trophies. Arteta doesn't care about the Carabao Cup. He doesn't care about the FA Cup. So as long as they don't win Champions League, Premier League, it's all good with me. It's all good with me. I'm used to seeing Arsenal winning FA Cups. I'm used to seeing Arsenal win the Champions League. So whatever in it, but I just don't want to winning anything, They're just as annoying as it is. They get more annoying by the day. Man City just feeling themselves throughout this game. They've got way more space. Villa still playing that high line. Doku taking on Digne. Oh, he slipped round Digne. That's a foul. Yeah. Bro, I hate them too. Yeah, legit. I've wanted that pretty much for when I knew Arsenal were going to be contenders again. Like Arsenal, City and Liverpool go and win every game. Obviously, I would ideally like West Ham to win every game, and we face Liverpool and City, but I don't believe we're going to do anything in the league. So whatever. I'm going to push. I'm going to put a match on anyway, but I'm going to keep listening to you. Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm glad you're listening. Hopefully, get more regular viewers one day. City have got a free kick, short free kick. City from set pieces. So it should be interesting. Aston Villa's team are quite tall. That's going to be a trend all night with Doku and Digne. That should be an interesting battle. It's gone straight into Olsen. I'm on 7 minutes 30 seconds, just like 7:33, 34. So that's around the time that I'm on for anyone watching at home. Villa going a bit more direct, hasn't gone anywhere. Cavani will collect that. It should be a good game. A lot of space in this game. It won't be that tight. It will just be two teams trying to play football, but obviously not being too naive to like not defend and stuff. We always knew that Arsenal were going to win against Luton, but it's just about City doing their job now. Here's Grealish. Bernardo Silva's drifting out to the left a lot more. Rodri to Grealish. Can he take on Konze, his old friend? Oh, he nearly slipped Lewis in. Alvarez, Foden, Douglas Luiz struggling to get the ball out. Bernardo Silva again. They're just going to keep peppering them. They're just going to keep peppering Aston Villa. It might be a good thing that Haaland and De Bruyne are taking a break because they need them for other games. They've got Champions League coming up as well. They're not going to be able to play like that much. And I'm pretty sure De Bruyne is still playing with an injury. Because I'm pretty sure the injury he got injured by, he was playing with during the treble season. That's why he got injured in the Champions League final. And he's getting older as well. It's like, this is going to happen. Rodri had the shot straight out Olsen. Obviously, keep updated with the other scores. It should pop up on TNT Sports anyway, but I'm assuming the Brentford Brighton game is still 0-0. Need Brentford to win that if we still care about European football. Aston Villa messed up in possession again. City, Rodri putting Bernardo Silva through. Silva taking on Konze is Grealish. Grealish couldn't really get past Konze then. The cross deflected. Doku wins the ball back. So erratic. Such an erratic player. Hopefully, it would be interesting to see someone with that pace and that potential to take on players to see if Pep can mould him. But also be interesting to see what City will do in the summer, because especially if they don't win the league, they're not gonna go 2 years in a row without winning the league. Not under Pep Guardiola. I don't think that's happened since he's come in. Since he come in, it's been what Chelsea have won one league title and Liverpool won one league title. Doku 1-0. Rodri has scored 1-0 Manchester City. See, Doku on the right is the way. Doku on the right is the way. Even though Arsenal locked him up, Doku is just more direct that way. Just more direct. He's making less. He's not spending that much time on the ball, especially with how open Villa are as well. Rodri goes into the box. 1-0 Manchester City. This might have to be the future lineup, almost like Foden doing well in the middle. Oh, Doku might be off. Doku might be off. They're going to draw the lines for this one, but that was a very nicely worked goal. Foden in the middle, just collecting the ball, getting into spaces, etc. It might be offside, to be honest. I think it looked off when I saw it on the replay, but it would, again, Rodri goes into the box. He's not just a defensive midfielder. Rodri is more than a defensive midfielder. If Rodri really wanted to, he could definitely just arrive in the box, like more. And especially with the way City play with the whole 3-2-5 formation, he'll have protection. He'll be fine. He could get forward. That is, the lines are not green or red yet. They've drawn the line. Is that off or on? When they drew the line, it looked on. But before that, when I looked at the replay first, it looked off. So we'll see. It's a goal. Goal's been given. 1-0. Listen, just get another two. Because Aston Villa still can. They're still more than capable of scoring a goal. But don't get me wrong, City are underperforming and they might not win the league. I'm not as confident as I usually am with City winning the league. But a lot of people are overdoing it. Like, oh, if City lose tonight, like, come on, it's at the Etihad. They haven't lost all season at the Etihad. They've only lost to what? Wolves and Arsenal. Wolves and Arsenal away. I don't know who else they've lost to. Oh, Villa. Villa, of course. I want to watch their documentary, but I cancelled my Netflix, so I'm gonna try and see how else I can watch that. I like watching like those kind of football documentaries. Luca Digne with a long throw, and they flicked it on. I'll see. I've clicked out. I don't know why Foden trying to nutmeg a player in his box, but yeah, out for a goal kick. That's the one annoying thing about Paquetá yesterday. He kept trying to do skills near our area. Can't be doing that. It's a great website you can use for movies. The thing is, I don't know if you can put it in the YouTube comments, but I'll look into it, bro. I'll definitely look into it because, yeah, because I like those kind of football documentaries. You know, the whole inside, the whole dressing room talks and stuff like that. Whole throughout the season and stuff like that. All or nothing documentaries on Amazon and stuff. And their all or nothing was sick. Yeah, it's not all ads and things. It's free of ads. Oh, okay, okay. I need to look into that. Douglas Luiz ball over the top. Duran, save ball with Taken, but I think that's off. Yeah, it's offside. Douglas Luiz had a good season as well. Putting the ball over the top. He could probably be an honourable mention for like in team of the season and stuff. And yeah, I don't watch documentaries either. I legit only watch football documentaries. I don't even watch TV. I'm literally using Sky Go to watch the game. I watch sports things and I watch old shows that I used to watch anyway, and that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Because the last two TV shows I watched was on Netflix, and both of the last seasons were shit. That was Sex Education and Top Boy. Both of the last seasons of those shows, awful endings. Both seasons seemed rushed and a complete letdown from what the other seasons were. Especially Sex Education, yeah, it seemed like unfinished business. Top Boy was like, I mean, even Ashley Walters and Kate Robinson even said that they had they're not fights with the directors, but they had like arguments and stuff and debates on how it should end. So they clearly didn't want it to end like that. But I could go on a run about how Top Boy last season is shit forever. But I got what they were trying to do, but it just wasn't good enough. That'll be a Villa foul. 15 minutes in, 1-0 Man City. Rico Lewis getting on the ball, playing well. He needs to play more for the rest of the season. That's not really a foul on Konze, is he? He's barely touched him. Barely touched him. Villa's still trying to play out from the back. They actually played all right out the back. The City's press is not really that tight. Zaniolo, Duran, they actually get him behind it. Rodri's intercepted, though. That's exactly what he does. Just too easy for him. Ortega, lovely ball out to Grealish. And they'll collect the ball. That's what they do. They're the best team on the ball. Like, I mean, it's been installed in them for years, and they bring new players in and they settle in well. But yeah, even though like people call City boring, and I get why, because it's like slow across the other stuff, slow across the box and stuff. But yeah, I still find them entertaining, to be honest. Phil Foden couldn't put Alvarez. Well, no, couldn't put Bernardo Silva through. Out to Greenish again. In behind for Bernardo. Chip ball in. Yeah, Dinho headed that out, but Rodri messed up there. City have to win every game for the rest of the season now. Yeah, I usually would say they're capable of it, but I don't know with this City team. You know, it feels like all up in the air. It feels like I'm not too sure. I don't know whether this City team is that capable, because especially the lack of fullbacks as well. Like they've only got two like actual fullbacks. Like Ake and Gavardia are not really fullbacks. Akanji's not really a fullback. Walker is a fullback. He's not really. I think his best days are probably behind him. As I think we've seen that this season. I think this is his fall off season, and I think we'll see that in future seasons to come. The longer he's there, and Rico Lewis will thrive. He can thrive in midfield, etc. He can thrive in defense as well. Just a good technical player. Oh, yeah, I know that. I know that. I'm not even bothering. The only time I'd bother, I would love to just go on a away day to Manchester and just do some like going to West Ham away and just chant because West Ham away ends are sick. I would love to be in one. But then I would just be there for the vibes and the day out and not for the game, you know. We're definitely giving them something. We haven't won an Etihad in nearly a decade. That was our last win against City in the league. Was that game under Bilic, that last season at Upton Park? Since we moved to the London City, we haven't beaten City. It's like we give up under every manager. It's like don't even bother. Villa got some space into counter. That's a really good pass, really smart. John Duran's completely slowed it down though. Although that was a good one too. Oh my god, they've scored. Oh my god, Aston Villa have scored. John Duran has scored. Oh, God's sakes. That was actually a smart counter-attack as well. It was a good one too. They just got completely opened up. And it all started from when Alvarez just tried to win a foul. All started from when Alvarez tried to win a foul and they just got completely countered. Bernardo Silva's jogging back. Akanji's gone all the way from his other position, from Alvarez's position, to play Duran in space. And then the pass is way onside. Zaniolo's in the offside position, don't get me wrong, but he's not really doing anything. So there's nothing wrong with the goal, and Duran has scored. I just saw some kids in the City home end celebrate. So they're Villa fans in the home end. Oh, City, why? Why have you got to do this to yourselves? Checking possible offside. That looks on. Like it literally looks. Yeah, that's on. That's one of the most clearest onside decisions you'll see all season. Oh, for God's sakes! Move my chair. That's way onside. Literally way onside. So see, you've got to bounce back now. Like again. I mean, I said this was going to be a good game, but that whole counter attack, from a City point of view, is a complete mess. That's a completely mess. Yeah, hopefully they can get one before half time because that would kill Villa off. I think. I'd like to think so. Anyway, what's going on at this club? This is not the City that. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. Like they've won a league nearly every season, but you've got a mission, City. You've got to stop Arsenal winning the league and Liverpool, but mainly Arsenal because no one wants Arsenal to win the league. I was also going to say, have you seen how lucky we have been lately? All the teams below us keep losing and drawing. Yep. Yeah, so like the results on the weekend, like I'm trying to remember, like I think I can't remember the Brighton score. No, yeah, Brighton lost to Liverpool, Brentford drew Man United, and that was a very lucky ending. The thing is, I was lucky for both teams really because Man United were lucky to get the winner, and then Brentford were lucky to actually score in the end because they had so many chances to score in the first place. And yeah, Newcastle drew yesterday to Everton, so the points gap doesn't really matter. And even then, like I was speaking to someone on Twitter today, like everyone has a game in hand. Like literally, everyone has a game in hand on us. So like Wolves and Bournemouth, and we're 4 points ahead of Bournemouth. Like people are clocking. We're 4 points ahead of Bournemouth. Docu with a cross in, gone straight to Olsen. Like Fulham are not that far behind us. Chelsea are not that far behind us. But I think Chelsea's game in hand is Arsenal away and Tottenham at home. So, and I think we'll still finish above Chelsea because Chelsea are also bad. But teams like Fulham, you never know what you're going to get with Fulham. You never know what you're going to get with Bournemouth. Newcastle, again, like this is how bad the league is. Like we're seventh. How can we be the seventh best team in the league? It's like the way we started off the campaign is why we're here now because we've won 2 games in this calendar year. How many times? I'm going to keep saying it until we actually start winning games. You know, Doku completely messed up that cross. Grealish went wide. Chelsea keep messing up, drawing 10 men to 10 men Burnley is pretty embarrassing. Yep. That's the only difference between our draw against Burnley and their draw against Burnley at home is that they drew to 10 men Burnley. And it was from a set piece. We went 2-0 down by a cracker and an own goal. Don't get me wrong. Like, whatever. But, yeah, both of us drew 2-2 to Burnley. And the fact that Pochettino has Chelsea 11th or 12th now, and he still hasn't been sacked, just you got to question whether their owners are serious. But then again, they might just be letting them go the end of the season. They might just think, well, we haven't got much to play for, and they probably don't even think themselves they're going to win the FA Cup. But I would just get an interim in, just start manager searching now. If I was a Chelsea owner. And the thing is with us is because we're still in Europe, everyone's still on a high. Everyone was happy with the draw against Tottenham. And I'll go into more about why I didn't like it in the aftermath. I talked about it in my match reaction as well. But there's so many, we've got so many teams around us. We could easily be 13th. I still think 9th, but you never know. Wolves as well. They've got injuries, but they can still beat us at Molineux. They also drew to Burnley. But with Wolves, Gary O'Neill's got them playing a bit. He could easily put 8 in the front three. They haven't got any attackers. And you know what West Ham are like. Newcastle were on their feet with injuries, and we lost to them. We even bottled a lead to them. So don't be surprised if we lose to Wolves. The only hope I got is Edson Alvarez is back. But even with Edson Alvarez, I still think we lose to Newcastle. because it wasn't because of Edson Alvarez. It was because of the sub that Moyes made. It was self-inflicted, as most of our losses have been, even by the players or by the manager. So you never know what can happen in the league, but I just don't see us finishing in a European spot this season. I definitely don't see us winning the Europa League. We've not got the minerals for that. The teams are very good quality, and we'll be lucky to get past Leverkusen. They haven't lost a league since last May. Don't get me wrong, Xabi Alonso is still new, etc. And they haven't come up against a defensive team like us. But I could say, have we come up against a possession team that is specifically like them? Maybe Frankfurt of a couple of years ago under Glasner. That's the most similar team I can think of. Maybe Brighton under Potter. But do we have a game plan for them? Like, this is where, like, I'm not even saying it's the worst season in the world. It's just the fact that everyone keeps going off stats and personal feelings rather than what they're seeing with their own two eyes is why I get annoyed at people. And some people have their own motives, their ulterior alternative motives. I don't know what the phrase is, ulterior, whatever. They have their own motives for their own opinions, and that's fine. But I'm only going to give you what I think, and that's all I can really say about it. Really, like, even as well, like, I'm sure, like, at one point I'm going to get on my channel, like, the young ungrateful fan. I'm sure I'm going to get that eventually on the channel. But if you're an older West Ham fan, you've seen better players at this club. You may have seen worse players. I doubt it. I could probably rival you with a few worse players that I've seen. But I can't with the best. I've only seen Payet and Rice. Foden in the box, Alvarez. This game has gone to shit, by the way. That's why I'm talking about David Moyes' West Ham again. Grealish, Gavardio, overhit cross, and Zaniolo will shield that out. Villa defending really well. City attacking really shit. Payet was a dream to watch. Lucky to have a season ticket that year. And there was a point, people forget that season, there was a point where he was injured and we struggled without him. Pretty much a one-man team that season. Don't get me wrong, Mark Noble, Mikel Antonio, Aaron Cresswell, Bonner, Lanzini, Diafra Saka, Andy Carroll all played well. Adrian played well, Randolph played well. But at the same time, Payet was the spark. Payet made everyone better on the day. Kouyaté was good that season. Like, don't get me wrong, there was a lot of good players that played well that season, but Payet was just the guy. It just pissed me off how he left. And I get why he left, but he should have left it in a different way. I would have understood the reason if he left respectfully, but he didn't leave respectfully. But he's by far the best player I've seen at West Ham. It's not really much competition. In terms of ability, that's one of the last footballers you'd pay to watch as an individual that we had in the Premier League. First season I started following West Ham was a couple of years before Payet joined, so I think 2014. Yeah, Payet joined in the 15-16 season, so yeah, it must have been like 2013, 2014-ish. Yeah, with I remember with Allardyce's last season as well, we actually played some decent stuff in the first half of that season, of the 14-15 season, and then it just dipped from there. Because I'm pretty sure Allardyce knew he was going, and then he just switched to the football he wanted to play, which was playing an old Kevin Nolan and an injury crook Andy Carroll. City have been awful since they've conceded against Villa, and Villa started to get their foot on the ball a bit more. And now Moussa Diaby's running in behind. They could easily get a goal. They're just getting outnumbered in midfield as well. Where is their midfield? Rodri's doing everything. Ortega's got into Doku, picked it up from deep, taking on Digne. Oh, he's completely lost the ball. He's erratic as fuck. Rico Lewis have done so well. What a player! Rico Lewis he's such a good player. I don't like City's academy is amazing. It just annoys me though. Like City, please just get the job done. You don't even have to play well. Like I do think that Palace away could be a problem for City, and with how many injuries Palace have, with the lack of goals they have, they gave Liverpool problems at Selhurst Park. Grealish is fuming because of a soft foul on Luiz for Villa. Yeah, it was nothing. That's not a foul. But you know what refs are like in this country. That's another thing we've got to stop doing as well. Like just in general, like football, every football fan does it for their club, and every football fan thinks everything is against their club. I get it because you support them, but as a West Ham fan, even though VAR decisions have been wrong for us, it's a 90-minute game. Especially in the Newcastle game, we conceded 4, so there was 2 preventable goals in that game. There was 2 goals. I don't think those were penalties, but don't get me wrong, like those shouldn't be given as penalties, but those have been given penalties this season. So they've got to go. They've got to be somewhat consistent this season, but that's a whole other conversation. But you've got to stop victimizing yourself and actually just start taking accountability for why we didn't win the game, etc. That's the problem. Like everyone's just looking at VAR now. It's anything but the manager, anything but the manager, anything but their favorite players. This is the difference between people on like online, like as in like social media, and people like me and other West Ham YouTube channels. I don't care if you're my favorite player or least favorite player. You could hold any sort of smoke in my match reaction. You could hold any sort of criticism in my match reaction. I don't care if you're my favorite player or least favorite, because you just got to start criticizing people for how they perform, not if they're a shit player or not necessarily. Like for example, Paquetá, I like Kudus, I like Bowen, I like Antonio, etc. I like Emerson, but if they perform like shit in a game, I'm gonna say they perform like shit. Um, it doesn't mean I'm calling them a shit player. It just means I'm saying they perform bad for that game. That's the difference. You've got to keep somewhat of a level head and consistency. Like I do, don't get me wrong, I shout with passion, I shout with emotion, but I don't let the emotion crowd my judgment of watching football. Yeah, City just putting in light crosses is not really going anywhere. It's not really going anywhere at all. Bernardo Silva's doing good in the middle. Nice football there. Rico Lewis, Grealish, Rodri. Rodri's taken too long with the ball there, and Duran has kicked it out. Out for a City throw. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you are not subscribed already, or share it to someone who isn't subscribed if you are already. And yeah, we're trying to get to 500 halfway through. We're nearly halfway through to 250. We're nearly on 250 as well. So if you can get me on to 250, we're going to be halfway through our goal, and I will be in April. So do appreciate it. Villa on a counter attack now with Duran. Duran's done well on the counter, done well with even tracking back as a striker as well. Morgan Rogers. They've got pace. They've just got pace in behind. Like this is what time you want to might be behind. I'm on 34:19, 34:20, 21, 22, 23, 34 minutes. So yeah. So the referee's told Duran to get up. Thank you, Pizzle Blue, for subscribing. Appreciate it. Doku's just twisted up Zaniolo, headed away by Longley. Rodri's completely messed up. Villa on another counter again. That's a hopeless ball to Diaby, but Gvardiol can mess that up. Ortega's done very well to keep his composure. Now City need to just pepper them. What's the score? The score's 1-1. Score's 1-1. City Villa 1-1. Aston Villa equalised after City taking the lead. Is Rico Lewis probably been one of City's better players. I think Greenish done all right. Lovely pass from Rodri. Rodri's done good as well. It's just everything but shooting and actually getting a goal. They just need to start shooting more. Simple as that. I don't know why. Is John McGinn still banned? Is he still serving his ban from the Tottenham game? I think this might be his last game that he might be banned for, surely. Rico Lewis. Oh, it's Alvarez! It's saved by Olsen. Maybe he should have scored there, but keeper made himself big at the same time. I'm not going to be too harsh on Alvarez, but I'm not particularly fond of him. I don't think he's a bad footballer, but I don't think he's an 8 either. But Gavardio's giving the ball away. It's not a left back. This guy is not a left back. Just looks lost at left back sometimes. It's good on the ball. It just looks lost. Here's Rogers. Kanji clearing it. Doku. Bit of a mix up there. Surely that's a yellow card for Louise. City have played the ball quick now. It's Grealish. Grealish just run, mate. Oh, look at Grealish go. Look at Jack Grealish go. Louise again. How has this guy not got a yellow by now? Thank you. Jesus Christ. He could have got 2. He could have been sent off by now. Could have had that Martinelli situation a couple of years ago where he got sent off at Molyneux. Yeah, Alvarez maybe could have scored, but from his angle, it probably looked like the keeper made it big, you know. Olsen saved out of his leg. Olsen hasn't really been tested that much so far, but Alvarez scored a free kick earlier this season at Molyneux again, against Wolves when they lost 2-1. Obviously, like they've got just technical players, so any of them could really take a free kick, probably. Even Edison, if he was playing, maybe even Ortega could take a free kick. Obviously, when this game goes to halftime, I'm just going to switch it to another game because otherwise I'm just going to be on my phone and that's not going to be entertaining. So I'm just going to keep talking about football, you know. I just have another game in the background. Probably have Brighton Brentford in the background when it's halftime for that 15 minutes, and I'll switch it back to the City Villa game. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying. Obviously, give me any sort of feedback. Any feedback is welcome. I think this free kick looks like it's going straight into the wall. The lack of free kick quality in the modern game is shocking. Because free kicks either go over the bar or in the wall, but Alvarez is going to take his free kick now. Alvarez steps up, just over the bar. Doesn't really dip. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Just got to keep doing it now. Just got to keep working. I think the only thing you need at the moment is to have the live score on the screen. Yeah, I need to draw. I'm going to do it in my banner. I'll edit the banner now then. I think I can edit it. Yeah, give me a sec. Because I haven't got the scoreboard thing. I don't know how to add that. I think you got to add that as like an overlay, and I need to pay for StreamYard to do that. So I will do that. That should be fine now. I'll have it like this for now, and then I'll keep updating the score when that happens. So it will look like this for now, and in the future we'll have like the whole timer and stuff on that. But yeah, it's 1-1 right now, so I'll keep editing it. Like with how many times goals go in and stuff. City playing through the lines well. It's just a shoot. Do you know what? They're keeping the ball well because Haaland's not there. He's not having to come deep and stuff. Because when Haaland's there, they're pretty much playing sideways and just waiting for his movement and waiting for the exact moment to happen in the box. Alvarez, it's a shite cross. You expect better from a footballer that is this hyped up. It's been one of Doku's better games recently. I think on the right, he just looks like more himself. It was like the same when I saw Sterling and Jesus at City. I thought they were always better off the right. I just thought Sterling was more direct and made quicker decisions, and I thought Jesus was just better on the right because I didn't think he was that good enough to play up front. I know Jesus didn't really do that well off the left against City on the weekend, but for example, if Saka's out for however long he is out for, then I'd say just play Jesus on the right if you don't like Reece Nelson. I'd say Villa could be happy with themselves with how they defended as a unit. I think City should be disappointed. See, they're not even pressing like they usually would. Like that's very good composure from Tim Burnham. But City are pressing like City usually press. It might be because tired, I don't know. But I don't know. Like for the business end of the season, I don't see that as an excuse. Diaz dealt with that well. Grealish, good strength. That's it. That Villa just going for fouls all the time. Bernardo Silva probably should be doing better with the ball this half. I'll be honest. Exactly. Like Villa players are literally just trying to get fouls, trying to get. They just go down all the time. Listen, it just happens in modern day football in general. But come on, man, it's not even. I'm not even going at the players really. I'm going at the refs mainly for they monitor the game, they monitor the situation. Duran is fine. Duran is on his feet now. It's not a head injury. Like these things have got to be stopped. Like these fake head injuries have got to stop. Because it just gets ridiculous. Like credit to Duran, he's played well this game, but Duran should be dealing with that better. Ruben Diaz is a Kanji City are playing very high up now. The thing is, Villa's playing a high line, but they still just defend well as a unit. Foden's in space. Did well to keep the ball. Got a bit lucky. Grealish. Oh, Cons has gone down. And Villa have another foul. Like this is what Villa want though. They're just frustrated Man City and Emery's teams play like this away from home anyway. And Villa have always had these kind of players. I don't know why Callum Chambers is warming up for Villa. I don't think he'll get another minute this season. I don't see why he would. I forgot they still had him. He'll be gone in the summer. So probably like a Sheffield United for the Championship. Go on, Doku. Rodri's just taken too many touches. Ruben Diaz, it's Grealish. Rodri, that's a stretch to control that. Diaz won the ball back. Here's Foden. Oh, ref. That's surely a second yellow. How is that not a second yellow? He still kicked him from behind. Like, Like, here's the thing, yeah. If he wasn't already on a yellow, would he get a yellow? And this is my thing. A second yellow is meant to be when you have 2 yellow card offences. It's basic common sense, and you get sent off for it. Now, when players are on a second yellow, now already on a yellow, and they could get a second yellow, refs are more hesitant to give it because the red card is the actual offence that comes with it. That's not how you should referee. That's not how the rules of the game should work. Now, the refereeing has managed to get worse from even when I was growing up, from when Howard Webb and them lot were working, and Mike Dean. Foden free kick, it's in! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's in! What the fuck? Did that go through the wall? I'm probably so delayed to some of you lot. Some of you lot probably saw that like 2 minutes earlier, but I'm on Sky Go. But Phil Foden scored a free kick. What did we say? Goal before half time, Wolf. Through the wall, what is Adiolo doing? That's Adiolo's fault. That's how you know you're not a real man if you don't put your head in front of a wall. You put your head in a wall, you stand tough. Goal before half time. That's exactly what City needed because they haven't been the best this game. And you just got to get another goal, maybe 2 more. Exactly. Exactly. Villa will be gutted with that because they've defended well. But that's partly Douglas Luiz's fault for getting the foul in the first place. But Zaniolo, what is he doing? It should be, yeah. If they get 1 more goal, that should be game over. But then the whole complacency thing creeps through when they're trying to just control the game. They need to go back to how they used to play City and just keep the ball when they need to just see out a game because that's how you should control the game. Unless you're Mourinho, like you shouldn't really like just go all out defense. But either Silva put it through, Carlos with the clearances offside anyway. Decent half, to be honest. Like maybe I was a bit harsh. There was like a period of like 10 minutes where the City Villa game wasn't that good, but it hasn't been a bad game. It's just there was a point where City were struggling when Villa scored. Like it's almost like they were stunned. It's almost like they didn't expect it to happen, and it just caught them off guard, and they were just trying to find openings constantly. But at least City have scored, I guess, because we all knew Arsenal were going to beat Luton, and I'm pretty sure they're still winning against them. Silva to Foden, Alvarez is blocked. The thing is, this is the quickest and most efficient I've seen City in possession for a few weeks. To be fair, it might be because Villa play a bit higher up, but the players are just moving the ball quicker. You've got more players just playing in the natural positions. Like that's what you get with Foden and Bernardo Silva in the middle as well. Doku's on the right, Grealish on the left. Rodri just playing his game. Rico Lewis coming into it. They're just if they need to just think about how they're going to deal with fullbacks next season because they can still do the whole stones in midfield thing and play the whole centre backs around them when they have it then. But when that doesn't work, just get some normal fullbacks. Here's Jack Grealish, Rodri, Grealish, Bernardo Silva, Alvarez. Also, like he tipped over the bar. It probably wasn't going in anyway, but was this going in? That was a hard header to. That was probably going on the bar, but that's a hard header to get contact on, like good contact. So fair play to Alvarez. It did feel like the ball was just behind and Pep is frustrated, rightly so. Rightly so. But they've got a corner. The ref's giving them a bit more time just before half time. Haaland's thinking, that's the chances I should have got. But then again, they can't always be on a sixpence for you, Haaland. You got to make them for yourself sometimes. Oh, that's a shit corner. Punched out by Austin. And that's half time. Half time, it is. Oh, shit, I need to update the score. I need to update the score. It is 2-1 to Manchester City at halftime. And yeah, it's been a good first half. I didn't really expect 3 goals in the first half. I expected it to be a bit more cagey, but I haven't been surprised. I'm not exactly surprised because you expect City to win most games, but whatever, innit? I'm just gonna put on some other games on now. What are Arsenal doing in this Luton game? Still 2-0. Brighton Brentford. I'm assuming that's still 0-0 because I haven't seen a score update. It's still 0-0 Brentford Brighton. We'll just watch the rest of this until the 90th minute, and then we'll put the City game back on. Lamptey with the cross. But yeah, Man City just need to kill off the game now. Like we've seen it. Like need to go 3-1 up. Not do any stupid stuff complacency because I blame Akanji for that goal, and maybe Alvarez as well. I guess when it was a collective thing. Don't get me wrong, it was a collective thing, but it's the basic stuff Akanji was doing. Like the positioning it was for the counter attack where they got opened up. Just felt like they left too much space on the left. I saw a clip on TikTok about there's a home fans getting into the away fans getting into the home end for the Brentford Stadium, and no one does anything about it. That's bad. That's bad. So I don't know the context of whether Brentford have a lot of fans or it's just specifically around that area where they have fans. But come on, like they've taken a long throw and it just went out for a goal kick. But I don't know if for example that's happened in West Ham home ends before, and I've seen it around where I sit because I sit high up. Fights happen all the time. Fights happen all the time with away fans getting into home ends. It happened in the Arsenal Carabao Cup game. It happened West Ham Palace a couple of years ago. It happens a lot in European games. The European fans love to get tickets in the home end, and it happened with Bucharest. I'm pretty sure happened with quite a few teams, but I don't know. I've never liked it. I feel like clubs need to take more control of that. I don't know how they can, but they know more about it than I do. So I'm sure there's more effort they can put into that. There's never used to be an issue. Don't know why it's an issue now. I'm not exactly surprised that Brentford Brighton's 0-0. These kind of games always seem to be like, how can one team edge the other? I'd take Brighton dropping points. 0-0, that would be fine with me, but I don't know whether it's going to stay like that. Brentford are fighting for their lives. I expect a bit more from Brentford. Don't think they'll get relegated, but I expect a bit more. I know it's not going to happen, but I would love if Palace got relegated. See their best players finally leave and their fans to stop chatting rubbish. That would be nice. But I'm sure we'll give them a win. The only thing good about Arsenal scoring today as well is my FPL. Odegaard's in my FPL. Yeah, probably. I think it will stay a draw. If it stayed 0-0 for that long, I don't really see either team being like, oh, we could go gung ho for the win. Then again, Brighton do play like that, but I don't see that happening personally. Then again, I think Brentford are capable of a last minute winner, but you never know. I've forgotten Cisso's back as well. I'm assuming they're getting a few of their players back, but unlucky you're out of the Europa League, mate. Ivan Toney on Van Heck. That would have been a good battle to watch. I saw the earlier chance that Ivan Toney had. He spun Van Heck, but he didn't finish the chance. Like, love Ivan Toney, but probably could have scored that one in the first half. And with Brentford having Mbeumo back, I'm sure they'll stay up. I'm quite confident in them staying up. Who is going to watch Liverpool Sheffield United if you're a neutral? I'm sorry, but who wants to watch that? Then again, I think it starts at 7:30. I might watch the first half because then it just leads into Chelsea Man United. I just can't believe we're 4 points ahead of Bournemouth. Like, it's ridiculous. This is what happens when you win 2 games in a calendar year. It's what happens. Two games in a calendar year, and people are telling me about, oh, everything's fine. Everything may be fine for you if you want mediocrity. I don't want mid-table finish. We may be seventh now. We won't be seventh for long if we keep playing like this. Because when are we going to win a game? Wolves away. We don't win at Wolves away. We beat Fulham at home usually, but will we beat Fulham at home? Because we usually win at Fulham away. We don't win at Fulham away. What, then after that, Palace away? Probably not going to win at Palace away. We seem to struggle there last season, even when we were fighting for our lives. And then again, Palace are worse this year, but I see that being like a draw, a loss. Liverpool at home, that's definitely a loss. Like, you can write that off. And then what would after that is like Chelsea away, Luton at home, City away. Luton at home, maybe. But then again, on another day, they could beat us. Chelsea away, I would love to beat Chelsea, but I don't think we will because we know what we're like with records away from home. Yeah, we beat Tottenham and Arsenal away this year, but will we need to beat a team such as a shit team like Chelsea? Will we take our opportunities? Probably not. With the money we've spent, we shouldn't be anywhere near mid-table. We should guarantee Europe every season. This is the thing as well, like recruitment. Recruitment is very hit and miss because of how much control this manager has over recruitment. And with what we spend, if we're spent like I had imagined that we're spending to stay in Europe, so I should be holding that club, our club, to that standard. And if they're not meeting that standard, I should be upset. But yeah, I agree. I think keep got to keep this standard for whatever the next regime is. For when we keep the same regime and stuff. Should make a video predicting the remaining fixtures for the rest of the season. I'll see if I can fit that in because of the schedule we usually have with like previews and stuff. If do you know what I'll do? If I'm doing a live stream just before the weekend, I'll do it on the live stream, or I'll do like a game week preview or something like that if I can fit it in. That might be something we can start next season as well. I think I can find time. I just got to figure out how I can do it. Figure out if I can do it in a live stream way, if it's just going to be by video, etc. Depends. We'll have a look at that. Tariq Lamptey coming on for Brighton. Well, no, he's on for Brighton. Yeah, this game just looks stinky. I can't lie, just half chance after half chance. All I'm seeing is long throws and bad crosses. Tyus Jensen's coming off on Yeka. I don't know whether either team are going to go for the jugular. You know, that's fine by me. I don't want Brighton getting any more points than one at least. Five minutes left, and I'll switch it back to the City Villa game, where hopefully City can kill it off. Veltman is coming off, and Yakamoto's come on. And Ciso, Pedro. Oh, he's put Danny Welbeck through. What a block, Christopher. Yeah. And Pedro headed it straight into Flecken. That's great defending. Because I thought that was that. Danny Welbeck could have just got a winner there. But yeah, it's just what a block. That is amazing defending. De Zerbi's so pissed off. It just panned to De Zerbi. He's so pissed off. That's a head clash, though. Nathan Collins is lumped out there. I forgot Reguilon played for Brentford. That seems like a good club for Reguilon. Just permanently to Brentford. That I think that will suit him. Don't think he'll want to stay there, but he already lives in London. You might as well stay there. Try and get him on a permanent if they can in the summer, but hopefully Rico Henry recovers well. Flecken getting outfield. Ivan Toney's getting on Tariq Lamptey. Bro, if you see them next to each other, Ivan Toney's like 6'2", 6'3". Lamptey's like 5'4". They're going for Lamptey on headers. That is crazy. That's just bullying. That's child abuse. That is child abuse right there. And Ciso taking a Rosalev. Damsgaard with the tackle. It's out for a Brentford throw. I don't know what Brighton fans think of their season because obviously their expectations are quite low. This is probably their best season ever, from what I know of. But they got to be frustrated with some of the results, some of the injuries. I wouldn't blame them for having expectations. You can raise your expectations. If you could, I don't know why people don't normalize that in football. If you're used to a different level now, because they finished in Europe last season, they're gone for top 10 again. Why not have expectations of, trying to get into Europe every season like I'm trying to have for my club? It's just a very weird game. This it's just I've seen the keepers having a lot of touches of the ball from both teams. Something wrong with my chair as well. My chair's moving weird. This chair's new. And Ciso is Carlos Baleba. They probably want another midfielder at Brighton as well because I still don't feel like they replaced Caicedo. Baleba, Moda to Welbeck. Hacker Moda blocked. Ivan Toney's putting in tackles, bro. Ivan Toney's putting in tackles. That's how much Brentford are fighting. Yeah, I'm going to turn this over in a minute. It's in 89th minute of this game, so it will be 15 minutes by the time I switch it over. If Brighton get a last minute winner, that's a fucking dagger to us. Then again, I'm pretty much past caring about European battle in the league. None of these fans are going to give accountability to the manager, are they? Oh, Welbeck's on the ball. It's found Lamptey. Blocked Pedro. It's completely. I was gonna say completely scuffed it, but it's been blocked. Yeah, I watch this corner, then I'm gonna turn it over. Back to the City game. Brighton have had 5 corners. I don't think Brighton really score from corners. They're just not that type of team. Even though they got Lewis Dunk in the box and Welbeck in the box, so you never know. Oh, it went wide. That was Welbeck's header. All right, switching it over. Back to the City game. We go. Should be starting by now, I think. Yeah, they're coming out. All right, make sure to smash the likes, people. Subscribe if you're new. Share it to someone who isn't subscribed if you are already subscribed yourself. and we're trying to hit 250 subscribers. We are on 246, so we're 4 subs away from 250. So if you guys could get us to 250, that would be great, and then we can focus on trying to get to 500. Because I'll try to keep push. I'll keep pushing it until we reach it. Then the next goal will be 1,000. Because we're nearly a quarter away from 1,000 subs, which would be amazing in itself. Don't know whether there's any halftime subs in the City Villa game. I don't imagine there is. Pep is always stressed on the halftime bench. Like every time he's on a bench, they pan to him and it go into the second half. Always look stressed. And they add a Spanish Kevin Keegan right next to him, just stressed. All right, we're about to kick off again. City this time kicking off. We are here. Second half has started. Don't know what Pep would have told them. I'm sure he would have told them just try and kill the game off. I watched this. I watched a clip from the documentary of them losing the Southampton game last season, and he was just pissed. Like he was like, get back down to earth." Yeah, Pep is definitely bored because of the stress of being a manager. Like I think at Barcelona he had a bit of hair, and then he was already receding from that, and then he just let it go. That man is not getting a follicle back ever. Like, I'm surprised Klopp hasn't got bald by now. I think you're going to see more managers lose their hairline, or they'll just get a transplant. Like really. I mean, Pep as well. He's a perfectionist, so he stresses himself out. Even if he wins like 4-0, if he sees a certain pattern that he doesn't like, he will get pissed off. Like you saw, he was talking to Jack Grealish after the game last time. Like I don't know why people keep making headlines out of it. He does it to everyone. He did it to Sterling after they won the FA Cup against Watford in 2019. DRB taking on Gavardio. Great block by Gavardio. Gavardio's a really good defender. I've seen him get ripped before. Don't get me wrong. I've seen him get ripped in Europe in the World Cup, but he's a good defender, good signing. Just don't think he should be playing left back. Here's Carlos, diagonal to Digne. City could just counter, but I think they're just going to slow the game down. There's Doku. Thing is, he was about to take on Douglas Luiz is offside. Doku's offside. I'm pretty sure that shot is saved. And no, it's not offside, but Doku forced a save out of Olsen. Yeah, he is just passionate about football. He's just a perfectionist. Just a perfectionist, you know. Yeah, of course. Oh, Foden, he put Bernardo Silva through a save by Olsen again. They started peppering Olsen right at the start of the second half. So you can tell they've set the intent from early. Get the third goal. Get the third goal and kill them off. I will say, guys, this has probably been the best watchalong I've done so far. That and the AFCON watchalong that we did. That got views, that AFCON watchalong. That for my channel got 500 views. And that's good for my channel. Yeah, that was fun to do as well. Great final as well. Not many good finals in a modern era, but that AFCON final was so good. end to end. I didn't think Ivory Coast were going to win it in the final. The funny thing is, I said Ivory Coast would win it right at the start of that tournament, and then I thought they were going to bottle it in the group, and then they ended up winning it. The Armies put a cross through your phone and turning it out. Like Villa are hitting on the counter. It's just as soon as they get to the last bit, yeah, they just falter. They just falter. But as I said, guys, make sure to like the video and share everywhere because I'm trying to get them subscribers up. We've got 7 viewers right now, which is it's gone up like that. So I don't know whether someone's on many accounts or I don't know what's happened there. I missed the Bilic days. He was always passionate and used to have respect for the fans. You know what? Like, I liked Bilic as a man. I liked Bilic as who he was as a person. They like as a manager, tactically, he was off for me. I just thought you played too many players out of position. Heavy reliance on Paya. And that last 2 seasons was not great with him, but he said what I wanted to hear. He said what I wanted to hear in press conferences, in interviews. Yeah, just yeah. If you're here in here and you're not subbed, please subscribe. Please. It's all I ask. It's free. Yeah, honestly, decent guy. Like people liked him as a player. I know West Ham fans that liked him that got to watch him as a player. And they liked him then, and I'm not really for former players becoming managers, but I always appreciate that last season at Upton Park. Obviously, it went stale at the end, but I think he was out of his depth probably, and the board didn't help him, of course, because you know what the board are like. But I don't really have too much distaste towards him, to be completely honest with you. Because he actually seemed like he cared about West Ham because he played for the club, which you're always going to get. But also like having the skills to be a proper to be somewhat of a tactician or somewhat of a brilliant man manager. It just seemed like all the West Ham teams under Bilic were a bit unfit and just lacked anything more than that. Rodri trying to win the penalty, that's never going to be a penalty. But City have been started really well in the second half. First 6 minutes, been all Manchester City trying to pepper Villa's goal. As I said, trying to find the intent for the third goal. That would have been outside the box anyway if that was a foul. Rodri tried diving in the box, but that's not a penalty. And that's not a head injury either, but that's what the precedent has been set. I don't know. I don't know with Bilic for $500 million. I know in this era as well, would he have found another Payet? I reckon he would have done better with maybe the team in the league that we have now, maybe, because he might have just let them play. But the one criticism I have of Bilic that was the same with Moyes was playing players out of position. Sometimes I was seeing Chicharito on the wing. Sometimes I was seeing long ball football when Chicharito was playing and underground football when Carroll was playing. I was seeing like he thought Antonio was a right back. Like it was stuff like that for me. And I don't know whether I could have trusted him like thoroughly with him being a long-term manager, but I just liked him as a person more than most managers. But I don't fault him. And I think he was harshly sacked at West Brom when he was at West Brom. He drew Man City, then got sacked, and then they got relegated afterwards. So I think he was harshly sacked then. But he needed to go when he went. And he probably deserved better players, don't get me wrong, but he said after he left the club, he was part of it, him a director of football, and Sullivan, when they had that dreadful transfer window 2016-17 season. The whole, Zaza Faguni era. Even though Faguni wasn't that bad, we only gave him a season, but Gökhan Torre, Kaleri, Nordveit, Fernandez, he wasn't a bad player, but what was the point? Masuaku wasn't a bad winger, but he kept playing him at left back and everyone kept playing him at left back. I think he could have done better with the squad that he had. Yeah, maybe, because even when you're younger, you just like what you like, innit? Like when you're older, you just analyze football. Like in a different way. But I always used to blame the players as well. But I blame everyone now. I just blame everyone. But I think I don't think it can ever be solely one thing. Like even I've wanted Pellegrini out at this club before. I wanted Bilic out at this club before. I want Moyes out now, but I've always look at some of the players at the club and just think you're part of the problem. I don't think you work in another system. I don't think another manager can get the best out of you. But then again, I've seen managers get the best out of worst players. So what do I know? Doku's got away from Digne again, twisted him up. Bad pass though. That sums up Doku right there. But even when I was younger, I never used to even think of the manager. Because when I was younger, I grew up on Avram Grant. Oh shit! Wait. Oh my God, Villa nearly scored. Thank fuck for that. Douglas the reason that he scored against his former club. And Ortega tips it over the bar. Luckily, City got away with that, but Villa looked good on the counters. It's just when City have bodies forward and they give away the ball, Villa counter them. But I forgot what I was saying, but yeah. I've seen managers get better out of worse players. So you never know. Villa got a corner now. Douglas Luiz with the whippage. Longley flicks it, Ortega palms it away. Foden clears it. Bernardo Silva smart pass to Grealish. Grealish wins the foul against Diego Carlos. Bernardo Silva just very smart. Yeah, that's what I want as well. They will calm the game down. I think they're capable. I think they might. I think they will get another goal. I just you never know with Villa. You never know with Villa. Like this game could go. This game can still go anywhere, which is not what City want. They're not as convincing. They're not as dominant. They're not as one-sided as they used to be. But they have still got players that can, put in the back of the net. Of course, Alvarez has just drifted out wide now. Who's in the box? Doku, Rodri. Is Rodri done very well there? But Alvarez again, he's out wide. So who's going to be in the box then? Doku to Grealish, go and cut in and shoot. Blocked by Konza. Doku's so erratic, man. Just so erratic. Just that everything is like it's like on FIFA when you hold down a sprint button for constantly. So when you're playing pro clubs and that one guy's got like one stamina in the like 56 minute because he just holds sprint for the whole time and doesn't want to like let go and just pace himself. Has to hold the sprint button constantly. That's what Doku plays like. And it's also like when you use the right stick here, uh, like here, and you take a further touch. That's what Doku does. Morgan Rogers fluffs the ball and it's out for a City throw. Rodri's been amazing this game. He usually is. He having another one of them seasons where it's like because it's Rodri, people are not talking about him for player team of the season, but he just Mr. Consistent. I'd argue he's been more consistent than last season, and he was that good last season. He was probably borderline player of the year last season. Um, but even last season, he had a couple bad games against Tottenham. I'll say this: I can't remember a bad game that Rodri has played. Like Rodri, City haven't lost with him. I'm pretty sure because even that Villa game they had, they lost. They lost. I don't think Rodri played, but it's because he's doing the Fernandinho thing where you might get a yellow card here and there. Here's Doku. Kanji to Foden. Diaz. Oh, Rico Lewis setting the pace here. Foden, you could go and shoot. Oh, Foden. Foden nearly just walked through the whole Villa team. He's bashed his face into someone there, so that is actually okay. Maybe he's not. He's got up. It's fine. I thought he was actually injured. Fooled me there. I'm surprised he didn't put the ball through to Musa Diaby there because Gavardio was ball watching. Zaniolo's taking on Diaz. I'm begging you, don't let this in. Well done. Great block, Diaz. That's what he does. Like, that's the best of Ruben Diaz you can see. Is where he just doesn't go too far in. Just shields. Just makes himself big. Foden nearly walked through the whole Villa team. And here's the thing. He probably overdid it. But that's entertainment. That's an entertainer. That's a player you'd go and pay to watch. So when he plays on the wing, he looks like an average player. When you play him in the middle, he's ready to play in the middle now. Like, I get it's to accommodate De Bruyne, but Foden is just so good in the middle that he can change a game for you. Like, just let De Bruyne go away once and let Foden go in the middle. I'm sure Pep can find a system for that. It's Pep. Don't know whether I don't know who Villa have on the bench apart from Leon Bailey that could maybe change the game. Because as I said, I think John McGinn is still suspended. Luis to Rogers. Here's Digne. Decent cross to be fair. If someone was in the box, but Ortega comes to collect that. That's an easy for him. No one was challenging that. Oh, Bernardo Silva, lovely. I love watching Bernardo Silva, honestly. Such a good player. Doku, just take him on. Foden to Doku. Doku's trying to run into players. Did want to retain the ball, though. It's a fair play to him. Rodri switching it to Grealish. Go on, Grealish. Cons has probably had the better Grealish, I'd say, this game. Don't think Grealish has been terrible, but not a touchline winger, is he? Like, but I would say that he's retaining the ball well. It's just Cons has defended also really well. It's been a good battle. Been a good battle to watch. Rodri, luckily getting past the RB, but he's flicked it through. Foden! It's 3-1. He said 3-0. Beautiful finish from Foden, but Rodri just dancing, man. That's the goal that City needed. That is the goal that Manchester City needed. Let me edit that. Let me edit the scoreline once again. That is 3-1 now. It should be game over. But yeah, thank God for that. Just Foden ghosting in there. No one picking him up off the post and in. Diaby sticking the leg out to try and tackle Rodri. Doesn't get the ball, but Foden, lovely. They should go with a similar team against Palace because don't change a good team. Just save De Bruyne and Haaland for the Champions League against Madrid. And yeah, should be all good from there. Don't they like City are winning? You shouldn't even think about putting De Bruyne and Haaland on. Maybe you might put Haaland on. Don't put De Bruyne on. Just rest him, keep him in the chamber, and he'll come. He'll just do his thing, you know. He'll just do his thing in future games. Callum Chambers is coming on. I think Villa have almost accepted the loss, but Douglas Luiz is being clapped off. Cons has taken the captain's arm, and Chambers is going to come and play midfield. Who would have thought you'd be able to see Callum Chambers play the Premier League in 2024? You would have thought it was like 10 years ago. And Tielemans come on. Don't know who for. I forgot who else was playing inside of mid from assuming for the Tim guy. And Leon Bailey has come on for Diaby. My FPL has taken the humongous L. Is Rodri. Listen, now City just got to control the ball. Just control it. This should be easy for the rest of the game. Rodri just been given the space. This is the thing, like when you got a DM like that and they just get that much space, it's like you got to have a good plan for him. And that's a beautiful pass to Doku with his left foot as well. Doku's had a good game. Well, he's had an okay game. Oh, Rico Lewis, if he had scored that, that would have confirmed like a performance of greatness and probably a goal that he deserved. But he doesn't really connect with how he wants to connect with that. But Rico Lewis should be playing more games now. Foden's got 20 goals this season as well. Yeah, bro. 3-1 now. 3-1 now. Good Foden goal again. Rodri just making an impact. No, oh, fair enough. I don't know. I don't know what. I'm on 65-14 right now. Grealish to Rico Lewis. Listen, Leon Bailey probably should have started if Villa were serious about winning this game. Zaniolo hasn't been bad, don't get me wrong. But Leon Bailey's been on form this season. I think he deserves to start this game. It's Grealish. If it starts getting to like 4-5-1, then you start taking off players like Rodri and stuff like that. You can't do that 3-1, not in the Prem. Here's Doku. Thing is with Doku, you see him do something good and then you just see him misplace a pass. Like it just sums up his performance, to be completely honest with you. Rodri, ball over the top, and one of his more misplaced passes. Callum Chambers in midfield for Aston Villa. What the fuck am I watching? See you trying to suffocate Villa. Konsa messes up there. Tried to go for the foul ball. Grealish, Bernardo Silva. Oh, Rodri. Oh, he did so well. Do you know what, that it was just a good block from Villa there, but see, that was a good move from City. Just one touch football. That was lovely to watch. Leon Bailey. Great tackle from Bernardo Silva. Who says he's a luxury player? Bernardo gives you everything, man. Just even the defensive work. Just should have been running for the goal they conceded. Gvardiol to Foden. I'm really looking forward to the Champions League next week as well. So that's what like doing watch-alongs for that. That should be good. That should be good, especially with the fixtures. The fixtures are tasty. PSG, Barcelona, Atletico, Borussia Dortmund, and obviously Real Madrid, City, and Bayern, Arsenal. Those are good fixtures. I think Arsenal beat Bayern. I think City beat Madrid. Even though that's hard to call. Well, actually, I don't know. Pardon me. Um, I think Atleti beat Dortmund, and I think Well, I think PSG beat Barcelona because of Mbappe. Kanji to Rodri, Rodri to Foden. That's not a foul. Callum Chambers can't get the ball out of his feet. Foden, it's oh my god, it's in. Foden has scored a hat trick. Yes, that is a nice goal from Foden. The goalkeeper did freeze. Oh my god. I thought it was going over the bar. Like for a split second, I thought it was going over the bar, but time to update the score again. Alright, done. 4-1. Then now if you want to start taking off Rodri, you can. But Rodri again, he's been sensational. Him and Foden been the main players. What the fuck is Callum Chambers doing? Foden slipped as well. I think he meant to go that side anyway, but he did slip. But lovely goal from Phil Foden. 4-1. That's what happens when you play him in the middle. Like that is a city we know. That is a city we know. And hopefully they can kick on from there and just keep going. But I want to get too ahead of myself. But it's a great win for City. Now they mean business. Foden's got his hat trick now. Just take him off. Alex Moreno's coming on. For I don't even know who went off. I think Zaniolo went off. Yeah, if they nick one or two more, it'll be good for their goal difference. I think that's why Pep just likes to keep peppering them. That's why Liverpool like to keep peppering as well. And Arsenal started to learn that. Just keep peppering the opposition that they have. The Rada's come off and Moreno's come on. So I'm assuming Watkins might be injured for a bit then because we want to rest around for whatever game they have coming up. Is Greenish. I think if you're Villa now, I don't know what you're thinking. I don't think Villa fans were expecting a battering. I don't think Villa fans were expecting a win either. Ruben Diaz putting it through. Tielemans collecting that. Rico Lewis intercepting. No point putting De Bruyne and Haaland on now. Don't need to. Tielemans to Bailey. This game's kind of just died out now because obviously City have done what they need to do. Been a good game though overall. Morgan Rogers trying to get through. Ruben Diaz defended really well this game. Chambers to Rogers. In behind and Diaz. Yep. City just playing with the ball up from the back very comfortably. Bernardo Silva, what a pass. What a pass. To have that composure, to pass the ball with the outside of your boot like that, sensational. Doku just taking the piss now. Current table: Arsenal on 68 points and City and Liverpool on 67. Obviously, Liverpool got a game tomorrow. When they beat Sheffield United, they'll be 2 points ahead of Arsenal because everyone's won their games. I don't think we need to really say what about Liverpool, Sheffield United. We can say that Liverpool won. Zaniolo should have been sent off when they played us. Yeah, yeah, they should have. So should have Gimaresh when Newcastle played us at home. Things happen like that. Things happen like this. Is what refs do. Refs are just inconsistent. Don't have to do their job. But Antonio should have come off that game, and Johnson should have come on. That substitution killed us. So it seems to be a trend. Kovacic and Nunes are coming on. Nunes deserves some minutes. Like, you might as well give him something. Rodri and Bernardo coming off. Good subs. Good subs. Missed out on a lot of points this year, man. Missed out on a lot of points. I should have recorded the aftermath of the Tottenham game a lot earlier because I'm going to be fucking tired after the stream and I'm going to have to record a video. But the game is the game. You got a not exactly a big deal. I'm not exactly working for anyone in terms of YouTube. But yeah, good subs. Giving Silva and Rodri some rest. They're going to need them for Palace away. Palace away will be hard no matter what, even if you are City, because Palace gave Liverpool a hard time when they came there. And even Arsenal grinded out a 1-0 win at the start of the season there. Like City will win there, but they'll struggle. They'll struggle to break them down for a bit. So I'm sure Palace will sit back. 5 in the back under Glasner and stuff. Don't think Mark Gahey will be there though. I think he might be injured, but is what it is. City will struggle, but they'll be fine. I think Zaniolo is injured. Seems to have a bad injury record from what I know of as well. Always crying on the floor. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of Foden, Saka comments once again. Don't see the point. No point comparing them. They played 2 different positions when they're at the best. Hello, Cameron. Aston Villa making a sub, putting on one of the youngsters, taking off Zaniolo. Might as well put one of your subs. I don't know who this guy is. He's got a strong hairline, though. He clearly knew he was going to get some minutes. He got a trim before the game. Zaniolo's coming off, and who's coming on? It's a guy called Kelly Man. Kelly Man. That is his surname. Kelly Man. No, congratulations to the guy. I think that's his debut. I'm not too sure if he's made an appearance before, but he must be thrilled to make a debut. Just get some first team minutes out there. Fair play. More than our manager's done. Villa now pressing City a bit more now. It's constantly on Bailey. Gavardio obviously gave the ball away to Konza. Oh my God, Nunes. That's not a penalty, yeah, but he's got to be careful. Like, can't just go into someone like that. What is Nunes doing? Come on, nearly conceded a penalty and just backhilled it for no reason. That's not a penalty, but he needs to be careful. I don't like seeing them given. Stoku over the top ball to Rico Lewis. City can find a fifth here. It's Foden. I guess they did want to fun. Doku, just go and take on your man. Just go and have fun, Go and have fun. Go try and rip your opponents. I remember interview that translated from French to English, him being like, I want to kill my fullback that I'm taking on. I'm like, this guy is a menace. Everyone keeps saying he plays like he hears compilation music in the background. That's a violation. Kovacic to Nunes. Nunes, beautiful turn. Good ball carrier, Mateus Nunes. Mateus Nunes! Good strike. Wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. Hopefully he could have a good career at City as well, because he's not the most glamorous signing, but I kind of want him to do well just because he's not the most obvious signing. Foden is coming off, I'm pretty sure. And Doc is coming off. Sergio Gomez and Oscar Bob are coming on. Might as well give Sergio Gomez some minutes. He probably gets sold in the summer. Don't know why they signed him if they didn't think he was good enough. Oscar Bob coming on. Good youngster, good player coming through. Don't know what it is, but how many times do City bring through youngsters that are left-footed? Oscar Bob, James McAtee, Cole Palmer, Phil Foden. There's a lot. Casually there, just got Oscar Bob that was chilling on the bench with someone like Scott Carson. What an age gap that is. Generation gap that is amazing. Oscar Bob definitely didn't know who Scott Carson was before he was in the City first team. Oscar Bob, I'm pretty sure, is younger than me. Here's Ruben Diaz, Kovacic, Guardiola, Rico Lewis, Carlos Borges as well. The guy we missed out on that signed to Ajax. He's left-footed as well. He came through City's academy. Rico Lewis just fouled on City's edge of the box. Ugh. That Chelsea Man United game should be interesting tomorrow because that is a mid-off. That could be a really boring game, or there could be so many hilarious moments in that game because of how terrible both teams are. Sergio Gomez played on the right. He's played like right midfield or right wing, and he's a left back. What is going on? He can play everywhere. This guy. We'd never see him though. I only see him in that Southampton game they lost last season in the cup. Don't think he started for City at all this season. I mean, I definitely hasn't started in the league. Oscar Bob. Apparently doing really well for the Norwegian national side as well. Just they don't qualify for any tournament. Oh, Leverkusen away next week. Can't fucking wait for that. Out for 83 minutes in, nearly done, nearly finished this game. This game kind of just needs to get over and done with now. But we know City are going to win, etc. We just got it doesn't really spice up the title race as much as Arsenal fans probably wanted it to. But at this stage of the season, it doesn't really matter because it's the business end. And it doesn't necessarily really matter how much you perform or how good you perform when you're trying to get a league title or trying to survive relegation. It's just about grinding results. Green is just swearing at someone. Greenish always gets pissed off when he gets fouled. It's funny. You're always swearing at him. I'm not going to do an impression of his accent. Not on YouTube. Kovacic is Nunes. Ruben Diaz to a Kanji. It's Kovacic to Kanji. Rico Lewis intercepted by Tielemans. I think Phil Foden has been given man of the match. Yep. I mean, I don't really know many players that get hat tricks and don't get man of the match, but it would have been him or Rodri for me. I reckon if Foden got a brace or something, he probably would have still got man of the match. He's English as well, so even if he did get a hat trick, he probably would have got man of the match anyway. But it would have been him or Rodri. So can't really go at Foden. He's actually performed really well, even outside the hat trick. So can understand that it was going to be between him or Rodri, as I said. See, you kind of just controlling the game. This is what I said earlier in the first half. They just need to get a couple more goals and control it. See how they play through the press now. Ortega's just switched it straight to Gavardio. Great touch from Gavardio. Taste Nunes trying too many weird things. Just keep. He's had a weird cameo in Mateus Nunes. Just like sometimes he just comes out and just does something really good, like really simple. And another time he just fucks it up. Longley nearly losing the ball against Oscar Bob. Just go straight back to Olsen. Oh, he's completely messed up with the ball there. Oscar Bob. Alvarez needs to be switched on there, in my opinion. Wasn't the greatest of pass, but Alvarez wasn't looking. I genuinely can't believe Callum Chambers is playing in midfield. Morgan Rogers switches the ball. Decent switch to Leon Bailey. Takes on Nunes. Bailey. Kellyman. Blocked by Akanji. First time I've seen that Kellyman get the ball this game, but since he come on, City have pretty much had the ball, even though they're the ones winning 4-1. That's what City do at their best. Konza with a cross. Terrible cross. That's a centre back's cross. That is a cross of a centre back. De Bruyne, Stones, Haaland fully rested. He's resting Stones for that Real Madrid game. I'll take it to Akanji. I don't think Villa need to take this result to heart either. I don't think this should dampen their confidence that much. Away from home, whether it's at home or not, especially going for top four. I think them and Tottenham will be fine. If it's 5 Champions League places, then Villa and Tottenham are fine. They'll be fine, but they can't take this to heart because they could easily. Villa could have a fantastic season by winning the Conference League and finishing in a Champions League spot. They could finish in a Champions League spot. Think about Aston Villa. It's been a while. I'm not saying they're a small club or anything, but it's just been a while. That's why I'm saying it like that. Um, but like if they win the Conference League, obviously they got a tough game against Lille. That won't be easy, but you'd think they'd get through that. Get that in the Champions League, they get a trophy as well. That's a great season. It's a great season. Man. You take that kind of season, that just proves that you can focus on the league and focus on Europe as well. But don't tell the rest of our fan base that. Oh, Oscar Bob has missed kicked it. It's fallen into Julian Alvarez. Alvarez is still there, and he's completely fucked up the shot. He's actually had a really shit game for a team that's won 4-1. He's done nothing. Like he's not that good, Alvarez. Like, I'm sorry, but he's just not. Like he's a good footballer, but he doesn't really finish his chances that much. There could have been 5. Oscar Bob's played in the 3 in midfield. Bailey, ball over the top. Moreno's trying to take a touch. Lewis defending out for a corner. Coming up to the 90th minute. Make sure to like the video if you're watching this live or on playback. Subscribe. We're nearly on 250. The target is 500 before the end of the year. Social medias are in the description of other videos on the channel. Check out the match reaction to the Tottenham game if you haven't already. And the aftermath will be dropping tomorrow. Then the preview to Wolves game will be dropping on Friday. And then obviously match reaction on Saturday. And then, back to normal schedule. Alex Moreno flops a shot. Goes out for a goal kick from Villa's corner. And this has been a good game. Obviously, last 20 minutes have been a bit of a drag just because Manchester City already won. So they're kind of just controlling the game. But it was a better game than I thought. I'm not going to say it was a better game than I thought, but it was because I expected it to be a good game. But what I didn't expect is 4-1. I didn't expect that. I just expected like a 2-0. It was very open though, and listen, Villa would have attacked. They're probably the masters of their own downfall for some of the goals. Like the free kick didn't need to be conceded. They probably could have closed down some of the players as well for some of the other goals. But it's what Man City do, I guess. City are still pressing. Kennyman gives the ball away. Is Grealish? Can he find a goal? Grealish is desperate to find a goal. Back heels to Alvarez, but Konza just recovers. Kovacic winning the ball is Gavardio. Leon Bailey's got him for a tackle, then he's hurt himself. Oh, it's off the post. Sergio Gomez nearly went on the score sheet. Now that would have been on no one's bingo card, on no one's betting thing for the game. Sergio Gomez to score a goal. There is some freak out there that is pissed off because they put a £1 bet on Sergio Gomez to score. Someone out there's done that. Only 2 minutes left. And Pep will be happy with his performance, especially in the second half. First half was a bit on and off. Started well, was shell shocked after the Villa goal. Then they ended the half well with the goal. But second half has been all Man City. A couple of Villa attacks. But Villa have dominated. Grealish just been frustrating. He maybe could have done better in terms of shooting. Played well. Doku taking on his man well, but final ball needs to be better. Rodri and Bernardo and Foden were amazing. Alvarez was average, just average at best, if I'm being completely honest. Nothing really to say about the defenders. Rico Lewis did well, played inverted, and I don't think you could be too upset about that. I think he want more of that. I think he just thinks we got to play like we got to focus on ourselves, win all our games, etc. He'll probably be thinking that, and then we'll see what happens. But they might have left it too late for them to win the league. I'm not too sure. Every time I doubt City, they come back, but City's team this season has just been more underwhelming than usual. That is the end of the game. All right, last time I'm going to say it's the end of the stream. Like the video, like the stream. Thank you all for watching and subscribe. Yeah, and share to someone who isn't subscribed. Trying to get to 500 subscribers. Aftermath of the Tottenham game will be tomorrow. I'll see you guys later.